understand our emotions throughout the trading day. Why is it that giving back is so painful? Why is it that recovering from a down day feels so good, right? It makes us feel so relieved. Okay, and so just understanding that, where that comes from, and making sure that those kind of emotions don't influence our decision making too much. Okay, so there is a video called Prospect Theory that was recorded today. It should be part of the playlist now. So feel free to check it out. Just an extra bonus resource that was for the open house attendees, but also for those of you that follow the market wrap, just an extra resource there for you. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go over the market. All right. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for August 22nd, 2019. Market just closed here. We've been closed for a little over a minute, and market's going to close just about flat. Okay. Coming into today, right? Neutral bias. Neutral bias. We're waiting for this sloppy consolidation to end. That was really all the takeaway from yesterday's video about the market. Up, down, up, right? And until we break over the high from August 13th, we're going to stay neutral, okay? And so today, we came in today neutral. We didn't clear. We got very, very close, okay? So if you jump the gun a little bit, you might have gotten caught in that initial selling at the open. And since I went over the market in the pre-market with the room this morning, I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We didn't get ahead of ourselves here. We didn't get ahead of ourselves here and trying to go long or jump the gun and be bullish. We didn't get ahead of ourselves here. And I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves either today. Okay? This is where we are gonna be bullish until we break over that resistance, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That was the message today. When we break over that, we will be bullish, okay? But in the meantime, we are neutral. See, the market did come in and then did get bought, and we're looking at about a flat here close. So again, another day where I think neutral is probably the right place to be. Breakouts probably aren't ready yet until we actually get over the resistance, and breakdowns aren't ready yet. Okay, I do like that we got a little bit more confirmation here about where support is. Okay, now if you remember too, I was saying, what would it take for us to be bearish? Because we are neutral. So we do need to identify what it takes for us to be bullish. That's the easy part. As far as where we need to be bearish, right? We needed to break underneath the low from Tuesday, and then we needed to get follow through. Notice how we broke below and there was no follow through, right? So was that a trap for shorts, right? Maybe. But we at least can now look at today's low. If we break below that and get follow through, and we actually break below, we don't immediately snap right back, okay, we can start to look for some kind of bearish entry. Okay, so going into tomorrow, not that different from today, except that we have a new reference point to look at to say, if bears really want to take this market lower, they're going to have to get beyond today's low and keep it below today's low. Okay, if we actually get follow through, the next setup can be considered bearish. Okay, the next sell setup, the next breakdown. Otherwise, neutral going into tomorrow, bullish over the high from August 13th. Okay, same idea really as what we've had all week. Okay, we just have a little bit more of a shakeout now on the hourly, which means price tried to go lower, snapped right back up. So now higher is more bullish. Okay, and that's what I wanted to talk about today is you get something basing, you get a shakeout. All right, what does that mean and how we can identify those opportunities? We've actually done it already twice this week, right? We did it on the MDT on Tuesday. I believe it was Tuesday we did the MDT. Okay. See how this was basing out sideways? Right in here. And then tried to break lower and immediately snapped right back up. Okay. And then, right, we played it as it broke out over. So it was a base. We got a shakeout. Then we played over the base. What was today? Right at the open. This was one of the 5 symbols that we identified for a play today. One of the 2, it was either 2 or 3 of longs, and the other 2 or 3 were shorts, right? I was watching this. I liked it a lot. And got this red bar. And the red bar snapped right back up. Okay, so what was the play? Over 25.50 by 25.10. 40-cent stop. All right, looking for 26 as the target one. And then 26.40, 26.30 as target two, right? And we took the other piece here. And then the last piece came out break even. Okay, so you see that? We're basing bullishly. There's an attempt to push it lower and it snaps right back up, right? Red bar immediately ignored, right? And we play the breakout. I think the MDT even nicer of an example than the BJ that we played today, right? Even nicer. Actually, I had 2 shakeouts. One here, right back up. Another one here, right back up. And then we played the breakout. Okay, so, you know, not really that complicated a stuff. That's the way we try to keep it, right? I'd say I'm very much trade along the textbook of the course, right? If you've taken TPM, you know what I'm talking about. Right back up after the shakeout, and that's where we got in. Okay, now how do we know that the breakdown is for real, right? Is that you get follow through. So this went back up, but what did it do? Kept going. That's how we know the breakdown is for real. Okay, so that is what we got in the market today. Okay, so that's the interesting thing, is that we tried to go lower and we snapped right back up. There wasn't follow through. We didn't stay down here. We didn't base. We came right back up to about where yesterday's close was. Okay, so that, if we translate that from the BJ that we played, from the MDT that we played, okay, and we say, well, what does that mean? Breakout is more likely to get follow through now because we tried to go lower. It got snapped right back up. If we break over this daily area, right, it is that much more bullish. Okay, and we said that going into this run up, that if we come up here, the longer that we base, the longer that we stay up here, the more bullish. So that's why the bullish bias is clear. For the bearish bias, I think we're still a couple setups away. Okay, we haven't seen the follow through. We haven't seen the continuation, right, to warrant switching to a bearish bias, right? But for now, we're going to go neutral again tomorrow, okay? Just letting the play, right, come to us. Hasn't broken out yet, right? We don't need to get ahead of ourselves, okay? So hopefully you were able to play the BJ today. That was pretty painless right off the bat here once it got going. And would have liked to have been in this all day because we really, I think, did a good job this morning of focusing on the right things. We had the BJ as a long, we had the KEYS as a long, and we had the HRL if it clears resistance. It eventually did. And we had 2 things for short. I believe it was the RTRX, which worked in the morning and eventually did get bought. The gap was a little bit excessive. Okay, you only needed to gap under 1550, gapped way too far. Okay, and then the other one I believe was the SPLK. Yeah, we had two shorts. I think it was like 3 longs that we were watching, and then 2 shorts. So I thought we did a pretty good job this morning going over the favorites here on what to focus on. Okay, and had a pretty good list to work with. Right, RTRX was a play in the morning. And then the BJ also ended up being a play. SPLK didn't end up being a play, but I think some people did end up going after it, which ended up being pretty good. Okay, so hopefully you did well today. Hopefully you're having a nice week here. If you're just following along with the plays, you should be doing well. Okay, I think we got a lot done today. We went over a lot as far as platforms and trading psychology, so it's been a very productive week, even if you haven't been necessarily following along on the plays, taking all the plays. All right, it should have been a pretty good week. Okay, all right, so that's going to do it for today's market wrap. We have one more day of the open house. All right, we're going to close out the week tomorrow. All right, so if you haven't got a chance, check out the link in the description. And then also there is an additional video from earlier today that you're welcome to check out. All right, and so I think with that, I'll wish you a good rest of your day here, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see what the market brings us. All right, hope you have a good evening.